welcome to the daily English news program on Azerbaycan Television. With you, your host, Hüseyinli, with the most important events of the day. As previously reported, on February 14th, President İlham Aliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva, and their daughter Leyla Aliyeva visited Füzuli, Zengilan, Laçin, and Cəbrayıl regions.
President İlham Aliyev arrived in Füzuli region to lay the foundation for the Horadiz-Ağband railway. This railway line, with a total length of 100 kilometers, is of very strategic importance. Then President İlham Aliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva and their daughter Leyla Aliyeva arrived in 3. Ağalı village of Zengilan region. The head of state was informed about the Smart Village project which will be implemented in the settlement. The project in the village will be implemented mainly based on 5 components. These are the spheres of life, manufacturing, social services, smart agriculture and alternative energy. Then the head of state, First Lady and their daughter arrived in the village of Gülabirt of Laçin region. President, the victorious Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, raised the flag of Azerbaijan here. Speaking of the start of restoration work in the liberated territories, President İlham Aliyev noted that the main goal is to ensure the speedy return of people to these places. Emphasizing that the supply of electricity occupies a special place in the restoration work, the head of state noted that practical steps had been taken to provide the city of Şuşa with electricity, of which the first stage had already been completed, and now the construction of high voltage lines in Şuşa and the construction of an electrical substation are underway. Speaking about the importance of commissioning a hydroelectric power station in the village of Gülabirt, Laçin region, President İlham Aliyev said that the natural conditions for hydroelectric power station in the Kəlbəcər-Laçin zone are very favorable. The head of state said that after the surrender, the vicious enemy destroyed all hydroelectric power plants, including the one in Gülabirt. This is the first power plant put into operation on the liberated lands, and it is of great importance and has a great symbolic meaning, stated President İlham Aliyev, saying that 5 destroyed hydroelectric power plants in the Laçin region will be restored and 12 stations in Kəlbəcər will be reconstructed. Noting that the process of identifying renewable energy sources began in all the liberated lands, the head of state said that the Smart Village project in Zengilan region will be provided with renewable energy. President İlham Aliyev spoke about the importance of Horadiz-Zengilan-Ağband railway. Our victory is a historic victory. We have restored historical justice. We restored our rights. We avenged the blood of our martyrs. We took revenge on the enemy. The head of state said and assured our people that as a result of the work done, Karabakh will turn into paradise, and after that we will live on these lands forever. Then President İlham Aliyev took part in the opening of the 8-megawatt Gülabirt hydroelectric power station on the Hakkari River. As in other places during the occupation, in accordance with the aggressive essence, the Armenians destroyed this station too. It will play an important role in supplying electricity to about 7,000 people. The electricity generated here will provide electricity to Xanlıq village of Qapalı region, the southern part of the Laçin region, and other infrastructure projects in this area. Then the head of state, First Lady, and their daughter arrived on the territory of the Biasica Reserve in Zangilan region. As in other territories during the period of the occupation, the Armenian invaders committed environmental terror in the Biasica Reserve. A vicious enemy destroyed half of the forest area of the reserve, burnt the roots of trees. As a result of Armenian vandalism, the balance of the natural ecosystem that has formed here over the years has been seriously damaged. President İlham Aliyev, First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva, and their daughter Leyla Aliyeva planted trees in Biasica Reserve. Then the head of state, First Lady, and their daughter launched a fry into Biasica River. Afterwards, the head of state, First Lady, and their daughter arrived in Sultanlı village of Jabrail region. Here, President İlham Aliyev was informed about the sowing work carried out in the territories liberated from the occupation.
The truth, historical facts, and in-depth logical considerations that President İlham Aliyev conveyed to the world community during the panel discussions on the Armenian-Azerbaijani conflict as part of the Munich Security Conference a year ago were fully confirmed during the 44-day patriotic war. The victory of the Supreme Commander-in-Chief and our army was the result of President İlham Aliyev's successes on the diplomatic front. Behind every victory stand a long-term strategy, political and diplomatic prowess, a powerful army, a capable commander, and a union between the president and the people. Undoubtedly, the military victory of Azerbaijan over the invader Armenia in the 44-day-old patriotic war is based on the consistent and well-thought-out policy pursued by President İlham Aliyev in all spheres, in particular the international arena. Nagorno-Karabakh is an integral part of Azerbaijan. This is a historical fact and is based on the norms of international law. Azerbaijan's territorial integrity is recognized by the whole world. Nagorno-Karabakh is an integral part of our country, said President İlham Aliyev. Exactly a year ago, on February 15th, the diplomatic resolve and skill demonstrated by President İlham Aliyev during the panel discussions dedicated to the Armenian-Azerbaijani conflict at the Munich Security Conference in order to convey to the international community that Nagorno-Karabakh was an ancient territory of Azerbaijan and to communicate historical facts and realities that Armenia's policy was based on fascism and Nazism paved the way for the victory claimed in the 44-day war 10 months later. This speech was a culmination of President İlham Aliyev's diplomatic struggle in the international arena over the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict and his glorious mission for the people and the state. During the debates between President of Azerbaijan İlham Aliyev and the Prime Minister of Armenia Nikol Pashinyan, he seriously shook the Armenian society with the moral and psychological blows inflicted on the enemy, using all possible opportunities of his offensive diplomacy, and installed in them a syndrome of defeat. Relying on his false democratic image, Pashinyan fell into a ridiculous situation, unable to withstand the clear logic and consistent historical facts of the vice political leader İlham Aliyev. In his historic speech at the Valda International Discussion Club, President İlham Aliyev used the phrase "Karabakh is Azerbaijan" an exclamation mark to convey the message that the long-awaited historic day is approaching. Speaking at the CIS summit in Ashgabat, he stressed that the real nature of the Armenian aggression is the fact that this country is an evil force that promotes fascism and Nazism at the international level. The political and historical lesson given by President İlham Aliyev to the Prime Minister of Armenia at the Munich Security Conference exposed the lies and falsifications of Armenians, not only in the occupying country, but organized all over the world. Counter diplomacy against our state for many years has been shattered in the eyes of the world. President İlham Aliyev's phrase, "Karabakh is Azerbaijan," which was the motto of our fight in the 44-day patriotic war, has played an exceptional role in reviving our fighting spirit and strengthening our unity and solidarity in the struggle for a common national goal. One of the greatest achievements of President İlham Aliyev in the diplomatic sphere was the realization of the requirements of UN Security Council resolutions, which haven't been implemented for many years. By liberating our lands from the occupation, the Supreme Commander-in-Chief İlham Aliyev and our victorious army restored justice and implemented the UN's obligations by themselves. We completed our success in diplomacy with a victory in military operations. Ever since the coronavirus started spreading in Azerbaijan, we ensured that our healthcare system was prepared for the COVID-19 pandemic and adapted it to new realities. Because Azerbaijan has never faced such a pandemic before, and there was a need for certain changes in the healthcare system. Assistant to the President of Azerbaijan, head of the Foreign Policy Department of the Presidential Administration, Hikmet Hacıyev, stated this at the international webinar on the topic of COVID-19 pandemic and geopolitical aspects of vaccination. Assistant to the President said that Azerbaijan, based on its own experience, put forward numerous initiatives on the international level, specifically showed support to international efforts. Touching upon the close cooperation with the World Health Organization, Hikmet Hacıyev recalled summits of the Turkic Council and the non-aligned movement dedicated to the pandemic. He also noted that the initiative of the President of Azerbaijan to convene an extraordinary session of the UN in connection with the COVID-19 was supported by the member states. Azerbaijan's Ministry of Defense has released video footage from the liberated Khachin-Derbetli village of Agdam district. "74 infections with the novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 106 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 3 people who earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 232,197, with 226,760 recoveries and 3,183 deaths. The number of active infections is 2,254. To detect new infection cases over the past day, 4,160 and overall 2,506,005 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan, the task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.